Why people can speak English very well?
I consider it's because they don't have a correct method and they don't have discipline.
You are an English teacher, and what do you think about your experience with your students?
Yeah, you're correct. Well, everybody is different. I can say that students are the same, but I do think that it's important that when you want to learn a language, you have to be constant, you have to be dedicated, and you have to have discipline. Some of my students, they didn't have one of them. So without one of them, it's sort of difficult achieve your goal. They're scared to speak because probably they think in their mind that they're going to have many mistakes at the moment they speak. But that's completely normal when you're learning a language.
It could be our system to teach.
Yeah, I completely agree that it could be the system, the methods that they use here, because let's say when we were children, we didn't have grammar books to learn our native language. Or did you? Did your mommy give you a grammar book when you were a baby?
Of course not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you're learning a new language, it can't be with the grammar book at the beginning because many people don't have no idea and they get frustrated.
In our method, in our system, do that, right?
Yeah, everywhere. Everywhere they work with a grammar book. Everywhere I know.
Yeah,
Probably.
because you had work in different institutes, public and private.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to work in different places
Everywhere
to teach.
uses the same method.
Everywhere.
And that's why it doesn't work.
Yeah. I think that's a fail for me. Giving books to people that are learning a language. They don't have no idea of that.
And it could be the motivation to start your own English Institute.
Yeah, I wanted to work by my own because I understood that the method that they were using wasn't working. So I wanted to change that because in my case, I really wanted my students to learn English, to learn another language.
Okay, and tell us why your method works.
First of all, because it makes you think in the other language and makes you think in English. And I work like when you were a kid. I teach you how to speak, how to think in English using different methods that work.
Okay, can you give an example of your technique or method that you use with your students?
Well, my favorite one is using the WH questions. I don't know if you have heard of that.
That's awesome. How it works?
Let's do a quick example right now, okay?
Of course.
What did you do yesterday? What would you answer with your own words?
I drink soda.
Okay, not bad, not bad. But now let's use the WH method. What, where, when, who, and why. Those are our WH methods.
Interesting.
Now, with who were you yesterday?
With my wife.
Okay, my wife and I.
Yeah, of course.
What did you do yesterday?
Watching movies.
Watched movies. Wonderful. When?
Yesterday.
Okay, now let's get that together. My wife and I.
My wife and I were watching movies yesterday.
Wonderful. You did a complete sentence and a correct one. Gives me information.
It's a simple sentence that makes sense and you understood, right?
Of course, that's the point.
Okay, the English is simple. We can complicate to transmit idea, right?
Yes, that's true.
Okay. And you know how to speak in Spanish, right? What
Yes.
level do you have?
I don't like to manage language as a level, but I don't know. Ask me something in Spanish and you tell me.
Let me ask you a question, right?
Yes, free to go.
What do you think about your city?
Ambato.
Yeah.
Ambato es una ciudad pequeña pero hermosa. Tiene muchos lugares maravillosos donde se pueden ir a comer, especialmente porque es lo que más me gusta. Tiene parques. Uno de esos es el Parque de los Sueños, donde bueno, he visto gente que incluso hace ejercicio en ese parque. Okay.
You're right. Have you had difficult students?
Difficult students.
What do you prefer to learn, to teach? Young kids, professionals?
I prefer adults.
Why?
Well, it's my way of thinking. I consider that adults relate better different topics and it's easier. They learn faster than kids. More because they don't relate topics as easy as adults.
Great to know that. And the final question is how the people of the future students can contact you?
Oh, I have a fan page on Facebook, Hi English with Caro, and you can find me there. Or also, I can give you my WhatsApp number. It's 099-268-2986. Stop wasting time. Contact me if you really want to learn English, and you will achieve your goal.